So hello and welcome. You're watching our 9 p.m. 9 p.m. regular show now from here onwards to 27th, because on 28th it will be RCB versus SRH, the very first game, the curtain raiser as far as IPL 2026 is concerned. In this particular video, we're going to talk about the two new El Clasico kind of teams, because yes, the history will tell you that MI versus CSK is the real El Clasico, but as per my experience, and I know that many will vouch for me, that it will be now CSK versus RCB also. The contest buzz around, and the kind of ERPs, the kind of numbers, the kind of interest, the kind of eyeballs it gets. I don't think it is very far away from being called as the new El Clasico or El Clasico 2.0 or the original El Clasico of the IPL derby. So we're going to talk about both these teams, CSK and RCB. We're going to start from the extreme south, and from there onwards, and also from the color, jersey color of what I am wearing at this point of time is quite yellow. So let's start with CSK. We have the representative of CSK with us, Vaibhav Tripathi, and then we have our neutral expert in the form of Shubhan Chakravarti also. And then I am someone who will play devil's advocate here. So let's start the conversation around Chennai Super Kings. Vaibhav, there are a lot of injuries around, and one of the premier fast bowlers from your team, Nathan Ellis, already ruled out from Chennai Super Kings. 24 hours ago, we discussed about the potential replacements. We talked about Bartman, we talked about Spencer Johnson, you talk about Ben Sears. There are different names coming at this point of time. But is there anything CSK zeroing in at this point of time? I was watching a Ayush Matre story also. He was also putting in his Instagram story that someone is not fit at this point of time, and he is hoping that he can be fit before the season starts. What's the update as far as CSK is concerned? And what's the strength and weakness of Chennai Super Kings? If you can give us all of this in next 2 to 3 minutes, Vaibhav.
See, let me start by quickly mentioning it that whenever IPL comes, yes, I support CSK, but I remain neutral. If CSK is not performing well, I will be the first person to criticize CSK and tell where they are going wrong. Last year, I also did the same. So, not exactly a CSK supporter, but I am also a neutral like Shubhanda is. And now coming to CSK, see the replacement options that they are zeroing.
I totally believe in this statement.
I also
never believe when you talk about MI and you are not biased towards MI. Is something
I talk about MI as a fan. Yeah. So I straight away saying that there will be a little bit of bias.
Neutral supporter of I am very neutral when it comes to CSK.
We will read the comments for that. We will read the comment section. We'll read the comment section.
I never talk from a fan's perspective. I talk from a journalist perspective, and I try to remain as neutral as I am. So starting with CSK, the replacement options that they are looking for Ellis. When it comes to the like-to-like replacement, it's very hard to find a replacement for Nathan Ellis. Even if you look at the players who went unsold, there are hardly any players that you can see, okay, he's the like-to-like replacement, because Nathan Ellis does the toughest job in T20 cricket, that is to bowl in the middle overs and death overs. That was his role, and that's why he was preferred over Pathirana. So to find a replacement for Ellis is difficult, but what they are looking for is the main man here is A.R. Shrikant, the chief scout, the head scout of CSK. And when he was with KKR, if you remember the auction, 2024 auction, he wanted Spencer Johnson. KKR went for Spencer Johnson at the right, but then GT was the eventual team that bought Spencer Johnson. So they showed interest because Shrikant had interest in Spencer Johnson. So Spencer Johnson is the first name. Second name is obviously Oatmeal Bartman, and third name is what people are talking about is Fazalak Farooqi. But I would say Ben Sears also, because he's that bowler that can make a difference. That is a difference maker kind of a bowler. He's an X factor. So Ben Sears is a dark horse for me, but I don't think any other conversations are around any other name. So these are the few names that they are looking forward to, because they already have an Matt Henry, they already have a Zagari Folks, they already have a Jamie Overton. So they have 3 right arm overseas options, seam bowling options. That's why I think they are probably more tilted towards having somebody like Spencer Johnson. whatever information I am getting as of now is Spencer Johnson, Oatmeal Batman. This is a toss up, and it is slightly favored, tilted slightly in the favor of Spencer Johnson. Now coming to the strengths and weaknesses. See, strengths obviously is their batting. Last time also it was the same. It's just this time, if you look at the first playing 11, if I pick it for the first game against RR, then you have an Ayush Matre, and I'll tell you why I am picking Ayush Matre over Urvil Patel, because Urvil Patel did nothing wrong. The way moment he the first match he played, and from here on, where whatever opportunities he got, he did brilliantly. He struck over at a strike rate of over 200. But Ayush Matre and Sanju Samson, I think, will start for CSK as an openers. Ruturaj Gaikwad, what I saw in the last year as well, when even when Ajinkya Rane was there, he was happy to bat at number 3. He was happy to play the middle order also, and he has done the same thing for Maharashtra as well, the team that he leads in domestic cricket. So I think Ruturaj Gaikwad will bat at 3. He's a very good player of spin. So middle overs he can bat against spin. So number 3, Ruturaj Gaikwad. Then you have a Shivam Dubey at 4, and I think number 5 will be locked by Deval Brevis. Then comes the number 6 position. This is a 3-way. This will be a 3-way battle from where I am looking at it. It will be Sarfaraz Khan versus Karthik Sharma versus Aman Khan. Because Prashant Feer for me is locked at 7, and then MS obviously coming at number 8. So it is a 6 number that there will be a 3-way battle between Karthik Sharma, Sarfaraz Khan and Aman Khan. These 3 people will vie for the same spot. Then you have a Prashant Veer and MS Dhoni to follow. And then now see, the interesting will be how many overseas players CSK will play, because they have good Indian cap players this time around. Even uncapped players, they have spent a lot of money. So obviously you have depth in your batting. You have a MS coming at number 8, and then you have a Noor Ahmed as well. We saw against South Africa in that Ahmedabad game of World Cup what Noor Ahmed is capable of. So Noor Ahmed also gives you a batting depth. So I think main strength, obviously CSK have a lot of utility players. If you'll see Ayush Matre, we have seen in the under 19 World Cup, he can bowl as well. That is the advantage that Ayush has, that last year he performed, and also he bowls as well. There are not a lot of first choice players in the CSK unit that those players who bowl, and Ayush Matre is the person who bowls off spin. The other batter who does that is Matthew Short, but it is very tough for Matthew Short to find a place in the first choice playing 11 for starting playing 11. So I think strength for CSK is the batting power, firepower they have in their batting. They have a range of batters, and that is their strength. I think weakness will once again this year, weakness will be their bowling, because you have a Matt Henry, you have a Zakari Fox, you have a Khalil Ahmed.
Okay, let me ask the weakness part from Shubhanda, because you already taken 6 minutes. I told you just answer in 3 to 4 minutes. We have other team also to discuss about. So Shubhanda, I want you to answer in a couple of minutes or 3 minutes. What do you think where CSK is lacking at this point of time? Because strength-wise, we all know they bat deep. They have really good batters, and apart from that, they have good options. To just tinker with the batting order. But as per bowling unit, there will be, I think, multiple points where they have to see, certain players to come into the squad. What do you think the weakness? And if you think that the bowling is the major part of their, weakened part, who do you think that they should go for? There are multiple names going on as far as this Chennai Super Kings squad is concerned.
No, I think Oatmeal Batman is a better option as far as replacement is concerned, because Spencer Johnson has not played a lot of cricket, and we saw what happened with him in the IPL last time around as well. So he did not give a lot of confidence with the ball. So and Batman, with the kind of form he has been in the last 16 months, I think he provides a better option. But in terms of weakness, I think it has to be their bowling. They will be heavily dependent on 2 bowlers, Khalil Ahmed and Noor Ahmed, to perform. One with the pace department, one in the spin department. But apart from that, it is a great opportunity for the other bowlers. Rahul Chahar, for example, he has lost his way a bit in the last few years, but this time around with MS behind the stumps or Sanju Samson behind the stumps, it proves to be a great opportunity for someone like a Rahul Chahar to reignite his career back. So for him, Noor Ahmed will provide him great bowling partner. So for Rahul Chahar, if he comes in even as an impact player, then I think he can cause a devastating effect with the ball. His leg spin. He is a proven wicket taker. He just needs to be consistent with the ball, and I think MS will provide him with that. But apart from Khalil Ahmed, they will be heavily reliant on someone like a Mukesh Chaudhary. Yes, Jamie Overton is there. Yes, Matt Henry is there, but Zachary Fox is also there. But they will have to be consistent if CSK need to go to the top four. Nathan Ellis's 4 overs, they were banking on that. So now missing those 4 overs, Khalil Noor and with him, if he was fit, I think 12 overs were spot on, and then you can manage the rest of the 8 overs. But now Nathan Ellis missing out on the IPL. Those 4 overs, I think CSK will have to manage those 4 overs pretty well. They are properly dependent on Karthik Sharma and Prashant Veer also, but they are playing in the IPL for the first time. The burden of 14.20 CR on both of them will play a role as well. So this time around, yes, they are heavily talented, but how much they can come and take the IPL by storm, it remains to be seen. So that the the problem for CSK will start after that number 7 spot, where Prashant Veer, Karthik Sharma, and others will come to bat, and of course their bowling unit as well.
Okay, so this is a quick kind of preview as far as CSK is concerned. We know at this point of time that where they are lacking, they are also searching for a reserve bowler, which can take the place of Nathan Ellis and then can directly come into the squad if they have that kind of option who can bowl in the death. And then we all know that what they can do with their batting lineup. So batting wise, Chennai Super Kings very much sorted. The problems will arise as far as when they come to bowl. Similar kind of problems for SRH also, but we'll talk about that team on a different show. But moving on to our second team, Royal Challengers Bangalore. I don't think that there are many loopholes in this team. The major question for this team will be, when is Josh Hazlewood arriving? The first thing. The second thing, how will they accommodate Weber? I'm saying that I want a short answer on this. How will they accommodate a Jacob Bethel, a Phil Salt, a Devdutt Padikkal, and Venkatesh Iyer? Who are you seeing getting into the 11 or the 12 if we add the impact player option also? What's your top 7 of RCB? Tell me straight away.
See, it's very tough, but I think it will be again a quick toss up between Venkatesh Iyer, Jacob Bethel, and Devdutt Padikkal, because last year Devdutt Padikkal played a lot of good cameos. Jacob Bethel
So
has been in very good.
Phil Salt, do you think that
Phil
he
Salt,
will open? Phil
I
Salt,
I
because
think I
because he
think
didn't
Phil.
he didn't have a good T20 World Cup.
See, I think Phil Stott anyway will start. Like the faith they have
Okay.
shown in the Delhi Capitals, faith they showed in Jake Fraser McGurk. I think Phil Stott is a quality player. He
Mhm.
will open with Virat Kohli. I think openers will remain
Mm.
the same. Third, I think it will be Venkatesh Iyer versus Jacob Bethel. I don't think at this point
Okay.
Devdutt Padikkal is there. So three, you have locked. I think at four, now it is up to like where
Who's your
they
number
want to
three? Who's your number three? Who's your number
for
three?
me, for me, I think it's Jacob Bethel. It has to be Jacob Bethel.
Okay.
It has to be.
Okay.
I'm putting
So Phil
emphasis on the
Salt,
form.
Virat Kohli, Jacob Bethel. Number 4
Jacob
will be
Bethel,
Rajat Patidar.
for Rajat Patidar, yes, and then comes
5, Jitesh Sharma.
Jitesh Sharma, then comes Tim David, then comes Krunal Pandya.
Hmm.
I think this is your
No
top
Romario
six,
Shepherd.
top seven.
No Romario Shepherd.
Yes, Romario Shepherd. Romario Shepherd is number 8. Yeah, you can. This is the floater.
Okay.
See, 7, 8 will be floating kind of positions. Krunal Pandya, Romario Shepherd. That will totally depend on bowlers.
Yeah. No
What
problem
kind
with
of
that.
bowlers? Yeah.
So just stop there. Just stop there for a while. You have used your all 4 overseas options. Shubhanda, what will be your top 8 as far as RCB is concerned?
And that is where the issue once again comes in. Without Josh Hazlewood, we don't know. Cricket Australia is playing a hide and seek game with
Yeah.
with the IPL
Yeah.
franchises. They are not allowed
At this point
Mitchell.
of time, we know that Josh Hazlewood won't be there.
Yes, and plus they are with Mitchell Stark also fit. They are now saying that he has to manage his workload a bit. He needs to rest a bit. So they are
Yeah.
not releasing Mitchell Stark for the IPL as well. So we don't know even if Josh Hazlewood gets fit in time, how when will he come to play? Whether there will be same workload management bracket for Josh Hazlewood or not, that remains to be seen. But without Josh Hazlewood, without Yash Dayal, two bankers for RCB this time around, they will be missing these 8 overs. And for them to do well, I think they will be again heavily banking on Bhuvneshwar Kumar or Rasik Salamdar to come and
Your 4
perform
overseas players.
equally good. My four
Your 4
overseas
overseas
players
players.
would be number 1 Phil Salt, without a doubt. Number 2 Tim David. Uh, I will leave out Jacob Bethel here. and then play a Venkatesh Iyer along with someone else.
Okay.
Just to bring that balance in. If the batting unit does not perform well, then you can, of course, after 3 or 4 matches, you can bring in a
What
Jacob
about
Bethel.
Romario Shepherd?
Romario Shepherd, I would see without Josh Hazlewood. I would prefer a Jacob Duffy to play a role. Those 4 overs will have to be really good from Jacob Duffy, because again he did not have a good match against India, but in the T20 World Cup, but he
So,
is a quality bowler. And my
so who's
fourth
your fourth
overseas
player? Who's your
option.
fourth player?
Now it depends. Now it depends whether you want to go with a Romario Shepherd, whether you want to go with a Novan Thusara. That will depend on the conditions, the opposition that you are playing. But
But you have
this is a
good
good
Indian
side.
fast bowlers also. Like
They
you have
don't
a
have they
Mangesh
don't
Yadav
have a
coming
lot
in
of
from the Madhya
options.
Pradesh Premier League, bowling in the death. Mangesh Yadav
Mangesh
is a
Yadav
quality
is
bowler.
there,
And then
Abhinandan Singh is there, but they are
you
not.
have
Can you?
someone like a Bhuvneshwar Kumar.
Inexperienced.
Bhuvneshwar Bhuvneshwar Kumar is there. All you have Bhuvi also. Bowling in with the new ball especially, and then they have some quality young bowlers also. You have as I mentioned, Mangesh Yadav, and in last couple of years their scouting team did a really great job. So you can vouch on the young talents also, the kind of players they are picked. And one name which I want to see in the 11 or 12 later in the tournament could be Kanish Chauhan, who can give you a proper ability of batting and bowling, and a gun fielder also. He can also gives you the option of bowling and batting. You can fit him somewhere around. If you think that Suyash is not giving you that kind of a performance, or a Krunal Pandya, you can fit
Hmm.
in. And I'm not saying that you can start with Kanish Chauhan. Just give 6 7 games to your match winner, someone like a Krunal Pandya. You can just see 3 or 4
Yeah,
games
Vicky
and say that
Oswal as well.
we
Vicky
are not
Oswal
banking
can
on.
also come in. Another
Yeah,
youngster.
Vicky Ostwal is already there. So there are a couple of good young fast bowlers also in this squad. Mangesh Yadav is someone who Rajat Patidar seen with close quarters. He can bowl in the deaths. He can bowl up front also, mainly in the death overs. So maybe there also you can adjust with your fourth overseas player if you want a Romario
I
Shepherd,
think
or a someone like
Rasikdar, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Rasikdar, Jacob Duffy,
yeah, Rasid
Suyash
Dar is
Sharma,
also
and
there.
Swapnil Singh. Swapnil Singh will be their five main bowling options to start with, I think.
I think if Krunal is
I
playing, I
think
don't think they
Mangesh.
will play Swapnil.
Krunal is, of course,
Yeah,
there.
Yeah, so I don't think Swapnil
I
will
think
get a
Mangesh
game
will start.
as long as
I think Mangesh will
Krunal is
start.
playing.
The amount they put on, the way they went for Mangesh Yadav, I think over 5 crores, if I'm not wrong. They will definitely go for Mangesh Yadav, I think.
I
And
think it will
there
interesting
is,
will be whether they play a Jacob Duffy or not, because Duffy's World Cup was horrible. I mean, he
yeah,
was the number one ranked T20 bowler when they picked him, but he lost complete his form in the T20 World Cup. So I think now it's a problem for RCB that they were looking at Jacob Duffy as a replacement of Hazelwood. That if Hazelwood doesn't perform, then you have a Jacob Duffy. But now Jacob Duffy's confidence is shattered. So will you play an Indian pacer over him? That's a question. That will be a
and
question
now
for
you have a
RCB.
Thusara, much better pick.
Yeah, much better
If you
bowler. Yeah,
talk
yes.
about much better bowler if you compare it with him, Jacob Duffy. So if my first choice will be that I'll go with all the Indian options which I have, because I have some really quality bowlers as far as Indian bowlers are concerned. Fast bowlers I'm talking about, and then you have quality spinners also. Shreyas is really well. He'll be my impact player, and then you have a Krunal Pandya also. So as far as bowlers are concerned, you can go with all India attack, and you have four these gun batters. Yes, you have to left out Devdutt Padikkal and Venkatesh Iyer, but on form, you cannot leave out Jacob Bethel at this point of time. Plus, he's someone who can give you that right-left combination. Also, will be catered. After Phil Salt and Virat Kohli, you have a certain kind of change of batting style in between. So you have a Virat Kohli, you have a Phil Salt, you have a Jacob Bethel, you have a Rajat Patidar, you have a Jitesh Sharma, you have a Romario Shepherd, you have a Tim David, you have a Krunal Pandya. At number 8, Krunal Pandya is walking in. Look at the depth in their batting. And then they have someone like a Mangesh Yadav. If Yash Dayal, they call Yash Dayal, then Yash Dayal will be there. Otherwise, it will be a Rasik Dar Salam. And then you have someone like a Mangesh Yadav and Bhuvneshwar Kumar there. So it will be, I think, a wonderful bowling lineup. And as soon as Josh Hazelwood will come in, you can opt. You can look at all your four overseas players and see who's performing a little. Whose performance is not that up to the mark comparing with other three, and you can put him in. So I think that's how RCB is looking clearly a team who can defend their title. Yes, there will be a lot of chopping and changing. There will be a lot of discussions around their dressing room, their dugout, that who to go for. They have multiple options. not like Chennai Super Kings, where overseas fast bowlers they have to look out for someone who can bowl in the death overs. But RCB having quite a good side, and they have done really well in the auctions also, and that's why they are getting this kind of this kind of variety when it comes to picking up players. Even when they are missing someone like a Yash Dayal and Josh Hazlewood at this point of time. So we'll give you details of other teams also. This is the first preview of two teams, CSK and RCB. We'll definitely talk about SRH and Mumbai later. So RCB versus SRH first game on 28. We'll try to wrap this up before 28. On 27 we'll discuss around last team or any other part of the IPL. But thank you for watching this. Like, share, subscribe, and do let us know your playing 11s as far as CSK and RCB is concerned. Thank you so much for watching, guys.